Are you a broker or a financial advisor looking for a job? Well, if you are, I've got a great site for you to check out. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Bill Cicchino, and this is Best Job Tips. Thanks for tuning in. If you're a job seeker or you think you'll be a job seeker in the near future, please subscribe below, click the bell so you'll know when we're doing these videos, and give us a like if you think this stuff is worthwhile. Today, we're going to take a look at a very interesting site, primarily aimed at financial advisors and brokers, or for that matter, anyone who is either selling or marketing financial service products or financial services. And that site is called Broker Hunter. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we are at Broker Hunter's main page. And as you can see, Broker Hunter is a small, very focused job posting site that, of course, employers can use to search for. It says brokers, but they could be brokers, they can be financial representatives, they can be financial advisors. For the most part, anyone who is actually selling or marketing financial products. But you'll see there's also other positions on here as well. You can see there's some compliance jobs and there's some credit positions, but primarily financial advisors make up most of this. And what's interesting, when you go to like a site like Indeed, let's say, or Monster, the really big sites, they boast hundreds of millions of users. I think Indeed says that they get something like 10 new job postings per second or something like that on their site. And of course, one, I don't believe that anyway, but this isn't that kind of site. This is a site that they're focused on one particular kind of position. They're not huge. You'll see they have thousands of financial services jobs, but I think if you add up all these numbers and you can actually go to view, I added all of these numbers up and it only came to about 3,275, which if you look at some of those other sites, that's just really nothing. But what I like about this is it's so focused, and you'll see that if you are a financial advisor or a wholesaler of financial products or a broker, you work for an RIA or an investment bank, a brokerage firm, this is a really good site you should not ignore. You'll also see as you go down here a bit, there are a lot of big players that advertise or rather post on this site. Morgan Stanley, LPL is one of the largest. Fidelity is huge, Wells Fargo, E-Trade. So let's take a look at this site. The registration is really easy. And so let's go and create an account. Okay, so here we are on the create an account page, and you'll see, I don't even need to talk you through this. It's really basic: name, last name, email address, and really that's about it. You agree to the terms and conditions. So what we're going to do is create an account and come right back. Okay, so we've created an account, and now we're going to create our profile. Just for the record, Scout the Dog 555 is my dog, and obviously I made that up, and I am going to delete this profile after this demonstration, but for the sake of the demonstration, that's what we're going to do. So let's create the profile. Real easy. First thing you're going to do is you're going to upload your resume. Okay, so that's uploaded. Now this is important. Allow employers to see your profile and attached resume. Now, of course, you want to say yes, but what you can also do here, and this is important and interesting, you can exclude any employer you want. And here, of course, you'd write in your own employer. So if you happen to be looking for another job while you're still working, you don't want your HR recruiter at your own company or whoever it might be to look up onto Broker Hunter and find your resume. So you'll put that in there, of course. And then you're going to click Save. And then there is a little bit of questioning that you do have to answer. I'm not crazy about this part because you did upload your resume, and you'd hope a lot of that would be parsed, but they're asking a little bit of information here. You don't have to answer all of these questions. There's only about, I think, what is it, 6 questions that you have to answer. We're just going to say broker looking for a job. and then what industry that you have experience in. Again, you don't have to fill this stuff out. What areas you're experiencing, what is your educational level. Again, you'd hope this stuff would have been parsed, but it's not. But here's the stuff, you do want to kind of answer if you have a Series 7, particularly if you're in security sales, or a 63, you do want to check that stuff. What is your job title now? So we'll just say broker. And then there's a couple others here. Where are you currently based? That you need to say. All right, United States. Salary information, you don't have to put that in. You can if you want to. A little bit further down, when are you available to start? That's important because people want to know that. So let's say you had to give let's just say you don't need any notice. You can say immediately. You probably should say that all the time anyway. Where would you like to be based? Let's say you're not looking to move. You could say United States. If you don't care, you could say you don't have to select that. Are you eligible to work in the United States? Yes. And that's basically it. Then save changes and you're ready to go. Now let's take a look at how do we find a job. We're going to go over and we're going to click find a job. Okay, so here we are at the find a job page, and you'll see that there's two sections. There's browse and search just actually narrows it down a bit more. But when you go to browse, at least you can see all the different positions that they have and how many in each particular position that they do have listed on the site. But what we're going to do is go to search, and we're going to get a little bit more specific. So keywords, we're going to say financial advisor. Let's say that's the position we're looking for. And let's say we're looking in New York. Okay, New York City, New York. We can go as far as 100 miles and technically 0. That means that's exactly in New York. I say go 50 because a lot of people commute to New York. Industry, let's say securities just for the heck of it. Position, again, we're going to say financial advisor. Okay. Salary range, let's leave that open. I always think you should leave it open because you can always say no to a job if the compensation is not high enough. Employer type. Now, this is interesting. This is basically saying the two types of entities that will post on this, on Broker Hunter. The direct employer, which would be whether it's Goldman Sachs or Citibank, and recruitment consultant means that headhunters can also post on this site as well. But you will see that most of the posts on this site are direct employers, and when it is a headhunting firm, they clearly state it, so you're not going to kind of get scammed. So let's hit search. So we have 23 jobs coming up here, and what do we have? Well, right off the bat, you can see Morgan Stanley has a lot of positions that they're posting on here. And I think everyone who knows anything about financial service will agree that Morgan Stanley is certainly one of the, if not the top investment bank. So let's just go take a look at this, and we're going to notice something that some companies do that post here and others don't. And so we're going to click on financial advisor, and you're going to notice it was posted on September 20th, which, that's not that long ago. I made this video on October 3rd, so that's not so far out. But here's the kicker. You're going to see the whole position description, and Morgan Stanley is one of those companies that when they post a job on Broker Hunter, when you click apply, you get taken to Morgan Stanley's site, which of course, this is a drag because what they're basically saying is they're not going to just let you parse up your resume on this thing. They want you to go through the whole job application process of Morgan Stanley. And let me tell you, it's a pain. Like most of them are. They're asking you lots of information. Even though you've uploaded your resume, you still have to fill it all out. In this case, we were looking for that position. You even have to state what position you were looking for. And in this case, we're going to say it's the one in New York, and the city was New York. And then you have to, where in New York do you want to do it? This is the part of Broker Hunter I do not love, but there's no way around it. Now, you'll see this is not the case for all the jobs that you'll see listed. So let's just go back and look at a couple of others. So Morgan Stanley's got a whole bunch of them on here, but as you'll go down, you'll see LPL. Now, LPL is a very large broker dealer. And we hit New York. And in this case, it's working at New York Community Bank through LPL. When you apply, there you go. See, that one's kind of parsed in there. They ask you a couple of questions. Do you have a Series 7 or not? Because for this position, you have to have one. But you can just send in your application. You don't have to fill out a ton of information. Now, there is another point that you're going to bring up here. Now, remember back when we were first doing this job search on this site, there was a question that did ask us, do we want to include recruiters or do we want to include only direct employers? And we left that open. Now, here's what we're going to look at here. So Broker Hunter themselves, they have a service called Broker Hunter Direct. And what it essentially is their own recruiting group. So when you click on this, you can see it doesn't tell you exactly who position is for, because theoretically they have a few clients that are looking for people who have a Series 7, their FINRA license is 6 or 7, or any other type of license. They're in a certain place. This is essentially their headhunting side of the business. And again, when you want to apply, you don't have to go through a major site. They're just going to take up your resume. The same thing would happen with other recruiters that are posting on this site. But the good part about this is that it's not gigantic. I mean, it is in many ways kind of a boutique job posting site. The positions that they have up, they're recent. They're not any further away than 2 weeks or so, which is good. A lot of them are within the first couple of days. When a recruiter goes to this site, they are specifically looking for people that do what you do. And they know this site just carries those types of people. And that's good for you. You're not fighting through people who are carpenters or, accountants. They have nothing to do with the financial services industry. And even more specifically, most of the positions, as we know on this, as we're looking, are financial advisors and brokers and asset management salespeople and internal wholesalers of financial products. So it just makes your odds of getting your resume reviewed and potentially getting called in for a job just a lot better. Okay. So that's our look at Broker Hunter. It's a fabulous, very focused site. It's not Indeed, as I said. It's not Monster. It's not ZipRecruiter, where they have 1 million postings on every job in every industry you can imagine. No, it's very focused. But if you are a financial advisor or a broker, or you're selling or marketing any type of financial services product, you definitely should check out Broker Hunter. So that's it for today. I'm Bill Cicchino. This is Best Job Tips. If you are looking for a job, definitely check out my site, bestjobtips.com. There's a lot of free tools on there for job seekers. We'll see you next time.